Again, good morning, afternoon, or evening to everyone, wherever you may be at this time. We are very happy that you can join us. It is with distinct pride and honor for the University of the Philippines Center for Ethnomusicology and the University of the Philippines College of Music to host the Asia Pacific Society for Ethnomusicology online conference, Integrities and Identities of Asia Pacific Traditional Expressive Cultures. It has been almost 2 decades since we have last hosted the very successful APSE Conference in 2002, and how we wish we can actually welcome you again physically in Manila at this time. But we embrace the virtual platform and the many new possibilities it has made available to all of us. Before anything else, I would like to acknowledge the provision of the Office of the Chancellor, University of the Philippines, Diliman, and the personal support of Chancellor Fidel Arnemenso, without whom this event would not have been possible. I would also want to thank the following for their generous assistance: Adelina A. Pasha, Office of the Vice Chancellor for Administration; Gonzalo A. Campo Amor II, Office of the Vice Chancellor for Research and Dissemination; Manuel C. Ramos, Director of the University Computer Center; and Jose Carlo G. Depano, Officer in charge of the UP Diliman Information Office. You may find a link to the conference program in the chat box. Let me now introduce to you the President of the Asia Pacific Society for Ethnomusicology to deliver the opening remarks. Dr. Sam Ang Sam, an educator, ethnomusicologist, and composer, received his BA and MA in music compositions from the Connecticut College and PhD in ethnomusicology from Wesleyan University in the US. He is currently the Chancellor of Peña Sastra University of Cambodia and advisor of the Ministry of Culture and Fine Arts of the Kingdom of Cambodia. Dr. Sam Ang Sam has taught at the University of Washington and Cornish College of the Arts in the US, Royal University of Fine Arts, Royal Academy of Cambodia, and Peña Sastra University of Cambodia, where he had also served for 15 years as dean before becoming the chancellor. Dr. Sam publishes extensively on various aspects of Khmer culture. His numerous grants, awards, and honors include medals bestowed by His Majesty and King of Cambodia, the U.S. National Heritage Award, and the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation Genius Award. Today, Dr. Sam speaks to us from Cambodia as the APSE president. Please welcome Dr. Sam Ang Sam.
Distinguished dignitaries, APSE board members, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, my warmest greetings from Cambodia. This gathering shows our resilience and effort despite the threat of the COVID-19 pandemic after a long absence since our last 23rd APSE conference in June of 2019 in Royat, Thailand. As a tradition, this year, APSE brings us here to the Philippines, the land of friendly people and rich culture, and an archipelago of more than 7,000 islands to discuss and share the main theme of identities, boundaries, pedagogy, and creation, and learn from the past and present world and Asia Pacific ethnomusicological study, research, new finding, and development. This year, I think we also gather here to review and assess the status of APSE and chart the course for its future. We want to share our common concern on ethnomusicology in Asia, Oceania, and the Pacific region and beyond to promote communication and cooperation on ethnomusicology. The organization of APSE is indeed worthwhile. It provides us a forum and opportunity to address issues and concerns that are dear to our heart, to our culture, and to our music. We have come and traveled together on a long journey since 1994, when APSE was first founded. Although briefly today, I'm talking about moving forward and not going backward. It is about learning from the past and trying it in different ways. We must re-examine ourselves in terms of forward-looking, future direction, new thinking, and new paradigm in our venture to build the future of our music in our own terms. As necessary, we have formed and created leagues and societies such as the Asia Composers League, the Asia Traditional Orchestra, also known as ATO, the Asia Dance Committee, the Music Council of Asia and Oceania, and the Society for Ethnomusicology, among others, to convene, discuss, publish on Asian issues, concern, and interest, and perform Asian work. We cooperate, listen to one another, learn, understand, appreciate, and live together in peace and harmony as one community, one destiny that is. The Asian identity is the basis of Asia's regional interests. It is our collective personality, norm, value, and belief, as well as our aspiration as one Asian community. Asia will mainstream and promote greater awareness and common value in the spirit of unity in diversity and diversity in unity at all levels of society. The 80 member of Asia Traditional Orchestra was interministerially formed under the initiative and leadership of the Republic of Korea, initially as ASEAN Korea Traditional Orchestra, or ACTO. It has been successfully showcased in Republic of Korea for the ASEAN Korea Summit meetings on Jeju Island in 2009 and in Busan in 2014, as well as for the general public annually ever since its inception. The smaller version, that is the Asia Traditional Ensemble, or ATE, has been presented in Republic of Korea, Republic of Indonesia, and Kingdom of Cambodia. Last year and this year, as we cannot meet face-to-face, ATO works have been aired online. As a common Asian identity, the orchestra adopts Asian membership of conductors, composers, and musicians, Asian national dresses, musical instruments, repertoires, music fundamentals, sounds, and we even coined some new concepts such as flexible diatonic, beauty and ugliness, unity and diversity and unity. On boundaries and creation, as I ponder upon the idea of how we address our music in Asia, I start by asking questions and examining some of the most influential Asian figures in music and their extraordinary works. They are our teachers and mentors. Why they did what they did, and what was the meaningfulness behind their works, and what drove them. Music composition is a different field. Over the last 60 years or so, Asian composers have developed their work by weaning from the general Western tradition of composition, adding new voices to the mix, not as mere extension of the Western tradition. In composition, it is easier to detect something that people had not heard before. As Chinary Ung, a Khmer American, puts it, and I quote, "of experiences and traditions that inform a truly unique cultural identity, and from this foundation, a composer's individual voice will reflect both his or her own personality and a broader cultural character," end quote. As I struggle to see and understand how we are going to move forward with APSE, that is APSE, the way forward, time and time again, the noble ideas that were propounded and put forward by the great Jose Maceda, a Filipino, on new thinking, new idea, new concept, new theory, new direction, and new paradigm, I add. New, I emphasize, is the keyword that keeps coming back to me. Jose Maceda made a choice to leave his concert pianist status and fame to pick up a tape recorder and microphone, climbing the mountains in the Philippines, searching for his Filipino roots and identity. Maceda notes that, I quote, "A search for new ideas in music composition lies not only in modern technology, but also in concepts that can be gathered from the past as a basis of what this past can do for the present," end quote. As such, Maceda stresses the search for the new. The esteemed Ramon Santos, a Filipino, takes on Asian concepts and aesthetic traditions as the foundation and framework for his new and experimental music. He draws elements from Western and non-Western sources, including various combinations of orchestral instruments, as well as the Philippine indigenous instruments and musical repertoires of the Ibaloi, the Mansaka, Bontoc, Yakan, and Boholano. Sooi Beng, a Chinese American on Moderation and Two Worlds, that is East and West, teaches his students and composes his pieces such as the Fishman's Song, based on Chinese materials to reflect the Chinese identity with the combined approach of using Chinese musical instrument sounds and Western contemporary techniques. They are Chinese in their roots, foundation, and content, but Western in expression. Sooi Beng, in his speech entitled "Music, What Is It Future?" he spoke of the merging of cultures. It is not new culture, but a merger or remerger of legacies, not cultural influence, but a confluence. He even seeks to consider something interesting of a new era, not of globalization, but of global partnership. Ravi Shankar, the great Indian sitarist and teacher on musical aesthetics and music in the making, stresses, I quote, "Musical aesthetics can only be obtained when music is good in its making, or else the theory is empty and does not serve much," end quote. Having pointed out all this, we should be reminded and should re-examine ourselves in terms of future direction in our venture to advance our music. Actually, many of us have already embarked and gone in the new direction, pounding upon new ideas and concepts I alluded to earlier. In the spirit of globalization and regionalization, Asia aims to create one community, one destiny, working at a regional level on the foundation of our spirit of common interest. Think global and act local, unity in diversity and diversity in unity, traditional, not backward, and modern, not foreign, conservation on the foundation of development, and development on the foundation of conservation. On pedagogy, we have to act and deliver on change, innovation, and transformation to further develop APSE and Asian ethnomusicology by and large. We must say goodbye and farewell to the past frame of reference and status quo. As we are moving forward and addressing ethnomusicology in Asia, we ought to take a new paradigm to fill our mind and senses with something new and meaningful, a transcending boundaries of the present. We have to recognize the value of our own traditional culture. We must be conscious about national identity while having a sense of integrity and dignity in what we do musically or ethnomusicologically. We must not judge the East by the ideals, concepts, systems, and criteria of the West. We cannot express our full heart and emotion with a Western language. When all is said, Asia is in its own sense and right a musical and ethnomusicological nation with a musical and cultural system of its own. Music enters into almost of the humanistic concerns of our Asian lives, and we find it simple, unbinding to rules and restrictions, relevant, vibrant, and meaningful to us that others might not understand. For that, music education in Asia as the way forward. will be meaningful only if we use it as a means to change, innovate, and transform our students to become, to be, to live, and to do, build a strong root identity, integrity, and humanity with the highest value, esteem, and dignity. In other words, we should teach their body to move, their mind to think, and their heart to feel Asian. I would like to propose a way of a new era, the ideas of community, national, and regional rejuvenation, Asian characteristics and character, and the turning point in history should be underpinning the new era thought. If we think we cannot do it, then we will not do it. In line with my own leadership philosophy of change, adaptation, innovation, and transformation, I strongly believe we must take steps to change, innovate, and transform APSE and our Asian ethnomusicology if we seek to survive, let alone succeed. We cannot conduct our business as usual. Having said that, there are things we should do and we can do. If anything that is bankrupt, it is only our own mind and mindset. Perpetuating the things that have proven not working on and on without change is a bankrupt idea and mindset in and of itself. The future belongs to the survival of the wisest, as Dr. Deepak Chopra once said. In closing, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Dr. Ramon Santos, Dr. LaVerne de la Peña, and the energetic organizing committee for their effort in making this virtual 24th APSE conference fruitful. I thank our sponsors for their generous support in making this event possible. I thank our keynote speakers, presenters, performers, and participants for joining us today and in the next 3 consecutive Saturdays of November. Taking this opportunity also, I wish the conference well, and I hope you enjoy the topics, presentation, discussions, performances, and meeting old and new friends online. Thank you.